How you perking? I hope you're perking good. So, it's that time again to kind of slow down, come back to center, and do a channeled message for the highest good of all. So, if you are new here, I am a licensed mental health clinician as well as a spiritual intuitive, and usually we take a look at the tea with the tarot and got a good track record with that. But on these videos, we do the channeling outside of tarot, and basically I prep my space here. I get, make it sacred, and I invite light beings that want to send a message for the highest good of all, to give us something that we need to know, whatever we need to know right now, whatever the collective can most find useful and helpful for right now. So I got our message here for today, and typed it up as I was channeling through it, about to read it out to everybody. And as always, there will be two messages for today, one here and then one for the Perk Squad for channel members. So we'll talk about that one too in a little bit. But first, let's go ahead without further ado and dive into today's message. So, bringing it up over here on my side. The message that we got for today is this. All, we are happy to convene here with you today to send a message. Today, this message is of love. I know that might sound strange or silly or contrived to some. It may seem so cliche or overused or even boring. But we are here today to help explain why it is so important, and actually why it is all there is. All of you are made from love. All of you are made of love, through love, with love, because that is all there is. The creator energy of all is love. Light is love, and love is light. This existence, which you are living now, is merely a fractal of that light. It is merely a hologram of that light, and only a fragment of who and what you are exists within it. You, in your truest form, are us, your higher selves, as you call it. We are here, and we are also there with you, just as you are there and also here with us, because we are one in the same. We don't expect this to make complete sense to you at this time, as you are where you are in fragmented form. You have chosen temporarily to forget, to be veiled, such that you can have the fullest and most satiating, engaged experience in this life you know on earth. It is by design that things are arranged in this way. But just know that you are not your physical form. You were never intended to stay in that realm in that way. You are more than reality, which has been created for your own discovery, learning, understanding, and refinement. You are love, and you are light, temporarily separated, temporarily dimmed, temporarily diminished in true potential, for the sake of the experience we chose together, as beings of one in the same. This is why love is so important. It's because it's all there is. It's all that you are. And as you love, you return to your true essence of who and what we all are. Love is the closest to what is called God that we can ever be, for that is the substance of all, and we are all that substance. So, experience what you can, engage fully in the world and life that you chose, and know that in all times, in all ways, in all thoughts, feelings, and interactions, the choice that is always the most real is love. We are with you always because we are you always. Do not forget that. The higher selves. So, whew. It's a lot, this one. This one was a lot. Usually I'm kind of reacting to these things in real time with y'all because, as I've mentioned before, when I'm channeling, I'm not really paying attention to exactly what I'm typing. I'm just, trying to stay in the flow. You kind of can't really stay in the flow and analyze what's coming out of the flow at the same time, or at least I can't seem to do double functions like that. And so when I'm reading this, it feels like I'm really understanding the message for the first time too. And there was a lot in this. First of all, being that, like collectively our higher selves coming through as the light beings to deliver the message. I thought that that was very interesting. And then also the fact that, the whole thing kind of deconstructing the concept of love. It is interesting that they were saying something about, what was it? That it might sound silly or strange or contrived or cliche or overused or boring to talk about love because, we do sometimes feel like that, like, okay, yeah, love, peace, and chicken grease. I don't know, you just start thinking about like, okay, it's hippy dippy trippy, yeah, love, sure, whatever. But I like that they kind of tried to break through that and be like, okay, I get that you can sometimes feel oversaturated with the use of that word, but that in this case, we're trying to kind of provide a reframe or a different lens or a different perspective or, add something to that in case anybody hasn't thought about it this way or something like that. That's what it felt like to me. And what were the parts that really seemed to stick out the most too? When they were saying stuff over here like that you've chosen temporarily to forget, to be veiled so that you can like be engaged in this experience on earth, it kind of, that helped make sense of things for me because it's like, okay, it's like we're meant to kind of like they said, forget or be veiled so that we can really be present here in the experience that we're having. Because otherwise, if we're not being present here and we're, off somewhere else in our mind, then what's the use of being here? What's the value of being here? It's kind of like when people say, oh, let's, go on a date. And then when they go on a date, both of them are on their phones and they're like, okay, well, we were on our phones the whole time. We could have done that alone. What was the point of being here together on this date? That we're here for a reason. So let's be present. Let's be here. Let's be fully engaged in this. And that would be why we're temporarily forgetting or being veiled. So that I thought was interesting and stuck out to me. And then also something similar to that, they were saying temporary again. Where was this? Yeah, that they were saying that we're more than this reality which is created for discovery, learning, understanding, and refinement. And that we're love and light, temporarily separated, temporarily dimmed, temporarily diminished in true potential for the sake of this experience. So it's like all the time to me, and I mean, this is just to me, but to me, when they were saying temporarily separated, dimmed, and diminished, that kind of did a little bit of a moment for me, because all the time, I'm thinking like, this world sucks. Why is this world so negative and so bad, and there's shitty people here and there's shitty circumstances, and all of us in the spiritual realm have at some point or another in our lives toyed with ideas like, why is there allowed to be suffering? Why is it allowed that children can get hurt when they're innocent and haven't done anything wrong, or this or that or the other? Like, we've all kind of toyed with those ideas, and maybe some of us have come up with some things that help us feel more comfortable with that. Maybe some of us are still like angry and about it. But when they said that we are here temporarily separated, dimmed, and diminished in our true potential for the sake of this earth experience, that kind of made that piece click a little. Like, this place is dimmed and diminished and separated from the divine. That's why this shit happens here, or can happen here, because this place is separate, dimmed, and diminished. So separate, dimmed, and diminished shit can happen here. You know what I mean? Like, separate, dimmed, and diminished stuff can't happen in a perfect, whole, healed place. And as I just said, whole, like, if I'm thinking of the divine as a whole and healed place, they used in this several times something that, like, fractal. Yes, the existence you're living in now is merely a fractal of that light. And they said, and only a fragment of who you are exists within it. So literally, if we're thinking of the divine as a whole, and this as some kind of a fragmented fractal of that whole, then that means this is not whole. This is fragmented. This is separated, diminished, and dimmed, which is why separated, diminished, and dimmed, fragmented crap can happen here. So, like, in my head, that made sense. That clicked for me. And again, y'all may not have gotten that out of it. Maybe I'm, like, going too far into it or whatever. It just, there was a lot of, like, ping, 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 ping things going off in my mind as I was reading this. And so I was like, please don't stutter, because you have so many things going off in your mind. Please don't stutter. And I probably did, but sorry. There were just so many things that I was like, well, maybe that's part of it. And how they were saying, as we love, we return to the truest essence of who and what we are. So, like, when we are giving or receiving love, that is the present moment that we are the most like our whole higher selves within the whole divine energy. That's when we're the most like it. That's when we're the least dimmed and fragmented, is when we're in the giving and receiving love energy space, vibration, feeling, emotion, whatever you're gonna want to call it. And with that, they said something else that got me, and I swear I'm gonna quit processing. This was my last little thought. I'm just brimming with things to talk about with y'all. Yeah, near the very end, when they were saying to engage fully in this world and in this life, but that no, basically in all times and all ways, that when we're thinking about making any decision about anything, the most real choice is when we're choosing love in that instance. Because it's like, if this is just, as they said, fragmented hologram of the light, then that's not as real as the divine light, that is what's more real. And so we are the closest to what's more real when we're in love or choosing love or doing love, giving love, being love, whatever. And so that in all times and all ways, the choice that's the most real is love. Other things might be more fragments, more separation, more dimness, but it's real when we're choosing love. We're the closest to our real selves when we are choosing love, giving or receiving genuine love in some kind of a way. There were so many different things on this that hit me, honestly. Y'all tell me what you think. As always, I always love hearing your thoughts. I always love knowing what you think. I always love knowing what is sticking out to you the most. What, like you heard me kind of think, oh, this reminds me of this, and this makes me think of that, and this kind of did that moment for me. Like, did y'all have any of those moments? What were yours? What came to your mind? I find it especially helpful because I feel like as we kind of read through those, we're kind of building off of each other's and like collectively coming up with a picture of like what we're learning and getting from this. And I feel like that helps us all expand. So that's why I like, hearing y'all's take on it, not just hearing mine. So anyway, that was the first message here that came through, and I thought it was, kind of intense, kind of a lot, in a good way, especially with all the not so good things going on here in the world. It was nice to have like that kind of cut through in a way, and it almost makes all the bad, terrible crap going on feel a little bit less real, because it feels like this is what's real or something. I don't know how to explain it. I probably sound a little bit nut job-ish. So, but anyway, that's what came up in this one. Like I said, we always with these do a second message over there for channel members. So if you'd like to be a part of the Perk Squad, you can click the join button down below, or there's a link in the description box if you need to copy and paste it into a browser. We always have several different kinds of perks over there for Perk Squad members. You can read all about it. And then also one of those is that we do video shout outs. So shout out to you, Helen Collins, and thank you for being a member of the Perk Squad. Happy to have you here, Helen, and shout out to you today. So if y'all want to join Helen Collins over there with the Perk Squad, y'all know how to get on over there. There's a second message over there for anyone interested. And thanks for y'all that keep reminding me to kind of make sure that we do these videos, because a lot of times in some of our other readings, like the tarot readings and stuff that I'll do, sometimes heavy topics come up, sometimes heavy things that are hard to hear, or maybe anxiety producing or whatever, like, oh God, what are we going to learn about that topic come up. And so people like to have some things come through that feel a lot more like of the love and light, that can kind of be uplifting or positive or informing in a way that feels a little bit different than the tarot readings hit. And I feel like this is kind of a good offset then to some of the other stuff that comes up here. So thank y'all for always keeping me on my P's and Q's to be doing these videos. It always helps to kind of channel that out. So I look forward to doing these again. I look forward to meeting y'all over there for the second message for anybody who wants to. I will put a B-roll on the end of this just for added puppy shenanigans, as always, just to continue the uplifting. And I reckon I'll be seeing you on the next video as well. So don't be a stranger. Come back and see me, and I will talk at you later. Bye, y'all. Pulling into my driveway. The neighbor's cat is sunbathing on my porch, and she's doing little twisty turns because she knows I'm here. Is she coming to see me? Yeah, you know you're coming to see me. This is why I call you my baby. This is why I say that I'm your mom. Because you have two daddies over here in this house, these two cops, They are your two daddies. So you need a mom. You know you're waiting for me to get out my car. Oh, you heard my car door open, didn't you? Didn't you, Molly? Yes, you did, Molly. You heard my car door open. You did. You did. Hey, girl. Oh. She says, oh, Molly. Oh, my goodness. Is this my daughter? Yeah, is this my unadopted daughter? My illegitimate daughter that I do not own? Oh, you're gonna scratch in the grass and make some biscuits. Yeah, you're gonna scratch in the grass and make some biscuits. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you wait for me to get home, and then you wait on my porch, and then you come greet me when I get home, and then you give me headbutts and biscuits. Yeah. Are we best friends? Are you my daughter? Yeah. I don't know if your fathers know that I have adopted you as my honorary outdoor kitty. She's an indoor-outdoor cat. At nights, she goes inside her house to go to sleep, and technically, she has a kitty door, so she has access to be inside her house anytime she wants. She just prefers to be outside during the day. Oh, did you bite? You bite my sleeve. You bite. You playful right now. Yeah, you feel like a playful mood. Yeah, you do. Oh, get some good cheek lovins. Oh my gosh. It's so bright out here I can't see my screen, so hopefully I'm actually taking a video of you. Hopefully people can actually see you. Alright. I think I have a private session, so I need to get inside and do my private session. Yeah, I need to do my private session, baby. Oh, you headbutt my shoes. Yes, you do. My puppies are gonna be like, what the fuck is that smell? I smell mole. A mole. Alright. Yeah, I gotta go inside now. I gotta go inside, sweet. Oh my goodness.